Hello YouTube, what's up? Asian Trigger here. It's been a week since I made a video, so I'm gonna make a video. Yeah. So what I want to talk about is hand advantage. Some people don't understand what it quite is. It's when you have more cards in your hand than your opponent. It can be in cases. It doesn't have to be in just numbers, but you can gain hand advantage by let's say like with Angel Feathers coming out, you can gain hand advantage by discarding sending a great 5k shield to your drop zone for a 10k shield to get a 10k shield from your drop zone. So you can see that although you may have more cards in your hand, if you don't have that many, if your shields aren't in your hand aren't as great, then it's just crap. Also, when you're with hand advantage, you may want to make sure that you guard just enough. For example, let's say I got my Baskerk. They have their King of Swords. Let's pretend that that's the other side. These are going to be the Vanguard zones, I guess, and this is going to be the guard zone. So yeah. Okay. So he has his King of Swords. I got my Baskerk. What else? All right. And I got, let's say, a Night Mist here. And let's just leave it at that for now. Okay, so I swing with my Baskerk. He looks at his hand and he sees that he really only needs a 5k shield to guard this. But just to be safe, since this double checks, he should use a 10k shield. Now, if he uses a 10k shield, the chances of me getting 2 triggers are, well, 1 out of 16. So if I get 2 triggers, well, let's say I check first one, right, and I get that. I'm thinking my chances aren't that great of getting getting a second trigger in a row, unless I'm absolutely sure. So since my chances of getting a second trigger is absolutely low, I'm most likely just going to add it over here to Night Mist. Reason being is because it will boost him. Here I wasted all the cards for this. If I add it here, the cards are going to be... The cards is just like the triggers won't get the full use out of him because he's already using what he can here. So yeah, if I had over here, it would make him guard more with this guy, wasting more of his resources. I'll make another video for that later on. Anyways, so yeah, so I drive check 1, I get a critical trigger, so I get a Rusty Banshee. Most likely add over here, second check. Oh, well, what do you know? Oh, well, might as well just add over there anyways, because it's going to waste more of his guards later. So you see there, most of the time you don't want to overguard because, again, you don't want to overguard because if you really don't need to guard just to where they need 2 crits. In some cases, they get lucky, which doesn't happen very often. So guarding to where they only need 2 to pass is just sufficient enough. Most time you see people guarding with a 10k and they say, hey, let's throw out another 5. That's pointless because if I have another standing guard on my side of the field, I'm going to add it to him instead, instead of my Vanguard. So most of the time I only need to add 2 just... So yeah, so pretty much the main point is, if your opponent is attacking with his Vanguard and he still has a standing guard, just guard enough to where he only needs to check 1 or 2, or where he needs to check 2. Usually that's the best way to do it. So yeah. Okay, now on to like if he only had just a Vanguard and he swings, and you're worried about triggers and everything, guard that 15k to where he has to check 3. The reason being is because even if he gets 2 triggers out of nowhere, like he pulls it out of his butt, he's going to add it to his Vanguard. He can't add it anywhere else. So that's why you should guard with, well, more so where he can't pass no matter what. That's only if he only has his Vanguard though. Also, when you're guarding, make sure you're guarding the right thing, because I see people guarding like completely bad, and it just makes me facepalm myself. So if you're guarding, guard right. Don't guard to where you're like wasting cards out of your hand left and right, and then by the time you need the card most, you're wasting it and you're going all crap. So yeah, that's Asian Trigger on guarding and resources. Peace.